connected. Good morning. My name is Audrey, and I'm the system analyst for the electrical engineering department. And today we have Professor Tuile with us, and he will be joining the session and answering most of your questions today, I hope. We're going to go over some housekeeping items, and then we're going to continue on with Professor Lay's Q&A session. So the first thing is there is a chat function on the bottom, the Q&A button on the bottom of your screen. So that's how you can ask questions. Feel free to type your questions from the very beginning of the session since it's just a purely Q&A session. And for those who would like to speak verbally and ask questions and interact, you can click on the raise hand button and we can mute and unmute you. Prior to unmuting you, I will call on your name. So for example, Paul has a question and I'm going to unmute you and you can go ahead and speak. When you're done, I will mute you back and lower your hand. If you decide to change your mind halfway, you don't want to speak anymore, you have stage fright, go ahead and click the button again and you can lower your hand. The other thing is, it is a interactive portion of the Q&A part, so make sure that you do have a functioning microphone if you do want to verbally ask your questions. And we will try to answer your questions or call on you in the order that you have raised your hands. So please be patient with us, and I recommend that you write down your questions if you have any that you would like to ask verbally in case it takes a while before I get to you and you won't forget your question. And the last thing is we have a chat function. It's open and it's available for everybody to comment or chat with your peers. As a reminder, please use appropriate language while chatting or commenting. This Q&A session is designed to help both students and parents to learn more about our program. Okay. So this session will last about 45 minutes, and then we will encourage you to explore other sessions that may be of your interest. There are multiple programs and majors offering Q&As today, so you can enter any session. In fact, we encourage you to explore all we have to offer. So without further delay, I'm going to turn it over to Tui. So Tui, you can go ahead.
Yes, hello everyone, and thank you very much for joining the Q&A session today. I think that you already go through this video about our department. So because of that, I'm not going to say anything about the department unless nobody had a question, and then I will show you something on our website. Besides that, I will be shocked to answer any question that you have. And yeah, and also I would like to say that my name is Tuile. I forgot to introduce that. My name is Tuile. I'm the professor and the department chair in electrical engineering department.
And we do have a couple of questions. The first one is from, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. I'm assuming it's Carol's. You say, hello, how are classes that are heavily focused on labs affect from the shelter in?
Okay, these we never expect that we have this kind of thing happen, and our program is an in-person program, and all of the lab will be hand-on. So it's happened certainly like this, and for this semester we try our best to do the lab, but we will prepare for if something happens like that in the future. We plan to go back to the normal operation in the fall, but that's not guaranteed. So during the summer, we'll begin to work on the version that if we continue to be sheltered in place, and then we will try our best to bring up the lab in the way so that these students still have the hand-on experience. I mean, to work the lab remotely. One of the things that I just talked to a few companies in the past few days that we can set up the lab in a way that the student can have some kind of basic equipment at home so that they can do with these instruction from the professor. And then for on other expensive equipment set up, and then we will make it remote so that student can log in and then operate the lab from home. So that's the one of the option that we're going to prepare if before if we still had a shelter in place order in the fall.
Okay. And we have a second question from Rishi. Rishi. I'm an incoming California Community College transfer student into electrical engineering. When and how do I get my courses evaluated to help me plan for course registration for the next semester?
Okay, this is very straightforward. We have the ESSC. It means that the Engineering Student Success Center to do the evaluation for you. You can contact them directly, and they have many staff now, and they work very fast. And you can contact them, and then they will do the evaluation. And then if anything that they need, recommend from the department, and I'm here on a time 7 days a week. I work from 7 a.m. till midnight. So,
Need that.
right. So do not be worried about that. If you very much in hurry want to see that, what is the evaluation so that you can select the course, just contact them and tell them that, you want to see um, the evaluation soon so that you can plan ahead. They will do it very quickly for you, and they will contact me whenever that they need.
Okay. I can attest to him working until midnight. All right, we have a next question from Hunter. Do students go directly into engineering classes during their freshman year?
Not really. During the freshman year, we try to put a student in two engineering class. One is the EE30, that means the electrical engineering 30 to get the student familiar with the C programming, and also this directly program this embedded system. So the student can get some familiar with that. The second class that we would like to put a student in the freshman year to take is the engineering 10. That's the general engineering class for all of the engineering students. So in that class, the student will see that many different kind of engineering options, so that the student can see that which kind of measure that really fit to them, so that they can change the measure whatever that they like. So that is the two engineering class that the freshman student will enroll in.
Okay, we have the next question from Riyadh. First question is, what is the most important thing you want us to remember? And the second question is, what are the odds that the first semester will be online? So I'm assuming the fall semester.
Can you repeat the question again about the second part?
The second part is, what are the odds that the first semester will be online?
Right now, we cannot say anything because this online or not, it very much depend on the governor. We have to follow the law. Right now, we expect that we come back to normal in the fall. That's what we expect. But we never know what happened if the summer, the COVID-19 pick up again. We never know. So, but right now we prepare both situations. Come back to the in-person and also maybe online. So right now it's hard for me to say or to promise about that because I don't want to give you the wrong information. But for my opinion, I believe that we go back to normal. But that is just my personal opinion. It's very hard to say what happened next. Regarding the question about what is the most important thing that you want us to remember, the most important thing that I believe, when you say us, I assume that you mean the student, that as a freshman, you will spend at least 4 years in the school. For the transfer, you will spend 2 years with us. The thing here is you must believe that all of the faculty and the staff, we want you to succeed. It means that we try our best to make you feel comfortable and have everything for you to learn. For you, try your best to learn. That's what it is. That you should remember that we're here to help you and make you to learn, because for now, we not only that compete each other for the job or whatever, see school by the school, but we compete with the whole world. We have to be better than everybody on the world. So because of that, your job is try to learn the best that you can. And our job is try to make that, give you every tool for you to learn.
Okay. I hope you guys remember that.
Okay.
Okay, there is another question from Garrett. I am not 100% sure what subfield I would like to emphasize within EE. Is there help with choosing what area best fits us?
Okay, for the EE, it's very broad. We have many options. If you watch the video, you will see that from the nanotechnologies, micro to the chip design, and the system, computer system, power, communication, even that right now we go to the artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning, and quantum computing. So you can see it's very broad. So you have many ways to choose, but the thing I would like to recommend is make sure what you like. It's very hard for you to learn things that you don't like, and it's very hard for you to go to work, to do something for the rest of your life that you don't like. So make sure that what you like, even that if you like that kind of area, but it's difficult for you, try the best to learn to go over with it. Um, I give an example like swimming. When you start to swim, it's very hard for you to swim. But if you pass certain threshold, you will swim easily. The same thing for studying. So if you like something, just go with it. Go what you like. Some people base more attention on the job. Say, okay, I want to take this area because of the job on the market is very hard for now. My recommendation is don't pay attention on that, because once we had the option, it means that that option alive and give you the opportunity. The job market can be hard in one area for a few years, and it will change to other year, and it will change for other year. So just select the option that you like. That is the important thing. And the other thing is try to learn the fundamentals, try to be expert in the fundamental. Because once you go to work, you will not stick with one area for the rest of your life, but you will switch around. That is the dynamic in the job market for now, for the whole world. So if you had a strong fundamental, you can switch into similar area anytime with the company. So try to build the fundamentals strong and then go with the option that you like. Now, during the first 1 or 2 years, you will learn about the fundamental, and during that time, you may come to talk to the few professor in the area that you like and talk to them, and then they can tell you what you're going to work, what you're going to do in that area, and then you can begin to concentrate in the area when you start to get into the third year.
Okay, I think that was a lot. I hope that was somewhat helpful. Our next question is from Umama. Could you please give some information about being a TA and about research opportunities?
Okay, now for the TA, most of the school, the TA is the teaching assistant. But for our school, TA means teaching associate. It's a little bit different. Um, for being the TA, you have to be the graduate student, and you have to have the GPA kind of a little bit high, like 3.5, and then you can apply for the TA job. Now, in our department, the TA will teach, most of the TA will teach the labs under the supervision of the lecture professor. So if you want to be the TA, you qualify, you can just submit the application online, and then the professor who is responsible for the lab will look at the application and then select that, and then you will go through these the hiring process. Now we treat the TA like one of the part-time instructor. It means that you will be very much responsible for the lab session you did. Okay, so that's what I see. Now for the undergrad student, you cannot be the TA, but you can apply to work for the department, kind of like the student assistant to help with the lab. And of course, if you are student assistant to work with the lab, you will be under the supervision of the person that here today, Miss Ori Leon. So now you see her, right? So if you want to hire a part-time job, and she will be the one to work with you.
That is true. I'm always looking for talent. Okay. Next question from Nayela. I'm interested in robotics and I'm a mechanical engineering major. Should I change my major or minor in electrical engineering?
Okay, so I cannot tell you that you should change the major or not to electrical engineering if it comes that, because I'm the EE chair, right? So I'm the chair of the department and we will say, okay, change to my major. Okay, so but that's fair. So this because the mechanical engineering, they had a robotics option also that you deal a lot with the mechanical that not be controlled by electrical system. So in electrical, you will deal most with the control system to control the robot, but you're not going to deal much with the mechanical system. So, so both robotic, but the emphasis will be a little bit different. So if you love mechanical, deal with the mechanical thing, you should stay with the mechanical engineering. But if you like more in the electrical signal, build the circuit to control the mechanical system, then you should switch to EE. So it's very much up to you. Um, Mechanical engineering department and EE department and computer engineering department, we are talking a little bit in the past year about open up some kind of minor in robotic, but certainly this kind of thing happened, and then we haven't worked on that yet. But in the future, I believe that very soon we will have the minor robotic option that the ME student or the EE student both can take.
Okay, thank you for that. Hopefully we can see that soon. Okay, next question is Jubair. I'm trying to set up an appointment for EE major to counsel for fall 2020, but I am not getting any appointment link to meet with a counselor and want to know about internship.
Okay. Now this because right now you are not a student yet, then it's it means that I'm not sure if you can make an appointment with me online or not. You can take a look at the EE department website and click on to the appointment. Then you can and then you can make an appointment with me, or you can talk to the advisor in the ESC also, Engineering Student Success Center, and then they will talk to you. And then if they believe that it's better to talk to me, and then they will refer you to me. I will talk to them after today, let them know that any new student that who want to make an appointment with me, but because it's not active yet, and then I will ask them to help you to make an appointment with me so that you can talk directly to me. Now regarding the internship, it depends on you are an international student, grad student, or the undergrad student. But the way will be very much the same. We had a career center that these company go there and then post the internship position. You can apply the internship directly with the company. If you are the international student, once you get the internship, then you have to go through the department for the internship class because that's a requirement from immigration office. But if you are domestic student, you don't have to. You just directly to get the internship from the company through the career center. And if the company require department recommendation, and then you just just send directly an email to me, and then I will take care of that. This is no problem.
Okay. So next question is from Bhagesh. Can you tell from when the international freshman can start internships? And in which companies can an electrical engineering undergrad get internships? Can a E major intern in software or CS company? If you need me to repeat those questions again, I can.
Yes, it's okay. Yeah. So for the internal freshman, it will be the same rule like the graduate. According to this immigration office, every international student have to spend 1 year in the US before to start to do the internship. And the same thing when you apply for the internship, you apply through the career center. The company open the job there, you apply with them. And then as international student, once you get the offer, you have to go through the department to enroll into the internship course so that the department can monitor your work with the company to make sure that your work is really compatible and also for you to learn. So that's the requirement. Now, your question is about um, EE major can work in the software company or this computer or computer science. Yes, the all company have the EE no measure in there, and it's not rare to see that the EE major work in the company completely software like Google, Facebook. Um, that's very normal because for today, um, no company that deal that with the software alone, and or no company that deal with the hardware alone, but it's kind of the mix because that the the company need the people that strong in the software with the background in the hardware, or strong in the hardware with the background in the software, whatever it is. So EE measure you can work in many company, not just only in hardware company.
Okay, so hopefully you guys start applying everywhere. The next question is from Kairos. Do transfer students going into electrical engineering jump straight into upper division classes, or do they still have a requirement to complete some GEs and lower division classes?
It depends on your status. When you transfer, the the requirement is you have like certain number of units that you can transfer. So it depends that if you complete all of the GE, and then you can jump directly into this upper division EE electrical engineering course. But if you are not, and then you can make the arrangement that you can take the upper division and the GE course, um, in the same semester. Now, for the AA upper division, we do not require the student have to complete on GE course. We only require student to complete some kind of preparation in the major. Suppose like calculus, differential equation, physics. So depend on the setup, you can jump into the upper division EE course immediately. You don't have to complete the GE course before you get to upper division EE.
Okay, what classes do you teach? And this is a question from Gavino.
I mean myself. Okay. Now this before I became department chair, I took quite several classes, including computer architecture, embedded system, microprocessor design, ASIC design, system on chip design, and also I did some fundamental class like linear system theory, random signal processing. So those are the class in my area. Because right now I'm a chair, I don't teach much. But I still take care of the internship class and also the senior project class. It means that the student at the last year begin to do the senior project, and I'm the one that overall keep track of that, make sure that what project you do, who you work with, and then what is the quality of your proposal, do kind of thing. I'm the one that take care of that for now. So that's what I say.
Okay, the next question is from Javier. I am currently a community college student, and I hope to transfer to SJSU this fall. I have a question about community support programs. Currently at the school I am a part of MESA program. Is there a program or community that offers support for STEM students at SJSU? If so, how can I get involved?
Oh yes, we do have this program, and it's very strong, the MESA program. In fact, the MESA office is very close to my office. Okay. Um, I don't know that how you get to contact them. I can figure out. You can send me an email after this meeting, and then I will find out who is the person that most active over there so that you can contact directly and then you can involve with them immediately. It's no problem at all.
Okay, the next question is from Kim. Is it possible to do a double major in electrical engineering and aerospace engineering?
It's okay. These here we don't have a double measure, but you can do the major in EE and then you can do the minor in aerospace if aerospace had a minor program. So it very much depend on the department. Like suppose like math department, they had a minor math program there. Business department, they had a minor business program there, but I'm not sure aerospace had a minor program or not. EE, we don't have a minor program, suppose like that. So you taking the minor or not, it depends on the department. You can check out with that department. But we don't have a double major program. It means that you have to complete everything in one program. Like suppose at Berkeley, they had a double major. It means that you take some course in one department, some course in other department. But at San Jose State, we don't have that.
Okay, next question is from Hunter. What kind of internships are available? What percentage of students get internships? What assistance is provided to help get internships?
Okay, now what kind of internship available? That's very hard question for me to answer. Okay. So the internship, you work directly with the technical company in the Bay Area. So it's, they have all kind of internship because I'm the one that who approve the internship for the student. I can see that student have the internship from the very big company to the very small company to the startup company. So it's all kind of rent there. Even that many students do the internship with the non-profit organizations also. Now these again the internship you will apply through the career center. That's the thing. But the sometime some company contact directly to the department, and then in that case I will ask the department staff to broadcast the internship opportunity to all of the EE students. Sometimes we post on this department bulletin board, or we so that's what we do. We don't post the internship or the job on the department website or the Facebook because career center does not allow us to do so. Okay, they want that every job have to go through the career center because they want to make sure that these have to go through the official process. Because of that, if any company contact us directly, they don't want to go through career center. So what we do is we send an email to the student or we post on the bulletin board. And then we introduce them to contact career center to go through the official channel also.
Okay, next question is from Jorge. We hear about impaction at SJSU. If I want to follow the 4-year plan on the E website, that is Math 30, Chem 1A, Engineering 10, and English 1A for the first semester, how likely am I to be able to get into these courses?
Um, those are the core that we always ask our department to have the available seat for the student. So, so just try to enroll. And if you had the issue that because they don't have the space or something, let us know, and then we will communicate with them. They always promise that they have the space for us. Sometime of the schedule, it become that no, you cannot get into that class that with the schedule that you like. So in that case, you have to try to switch around the class to get to the schedule. But the math department, the physics department, the English department, they communicate with us very close, and we always ask them to make sure that they have enough space for us. So I believe that you should not be worried about that, but to be prepared that try to switch your schedule around so that you can enroll into the course.
Okay, the next question is from Marielle. What is your job placement rate in BS and EE?
This is a very hard answer because when the student graduate, we always begin to get the statistics about how many percent of students to get the job. but we never get the really complete response about that. But according to the newspaper, according to many other organizations that they monitor the student to get job, then the College of Engineering and San Jose University is the number one about the job placement for the student. Number one in the nation, that's what I say. So, and these Bay Area company, um, they say that San Jose State University is the university that they hire the most. So if in terms of the job, and yes, is our college, our major, and our university is number one in the nation, according to the newspaper, according to the survey. But for our department survey, it's very hard because once a student get job, is so much happy with the job, they forgot to respond to the survey from the department until a few years later when they settle down with the job, and then they want to come back to do some, volunteer with the department. That happened after a number of years.
Yeah, and I think the Career Center has a survey of
Yeah,
a couple of students, not the entire student body. So
yeah,
maybe that's a survey that you can look for.
yeah. But
Okay.
this one thing I want to add is keep in mind that there is two things that Xavier say um, is better than many other schools. Number one is the job placement. Number two is the tuition. That's the two key word.
You won't be in debt when you come out of school. That's for
Right.
sure.
Yeah.
Okay, next question is from Hunter. What type of tutoring program do you have? Is there free academic support for or tutoring? Is it effective?
Now, for the tutoring, we have several channels to do that. Number one, the university had a tutoring center. So if you come there to request for the to have a tutoring for some kind of class, and if they see that the demand is high, then they will begin to hire the student to do that. Number two, for the department, for every class, we call the instructional student assistant to help the professor to take the class. And the instructional student assistant not only to help the professor to create the homework, but also to help the student regarding the tutoring also. And then the other one is about for some other class, suppose like E140 is the electromagnetic class that is like kind of involve a lot of mathematics. It become very difficult for the student. Then I assign a couple tutor to do this separate tutoring also. So we have the tutor for some class, for some difficult class. We had a tutor that um, we call the ISA, Instructional Student Assistant, to help the professor and also to help the student to do the tutoring. And also we had a tutor from the university also. So those are the three sources that we have.
Okay, so tutoring
Yeah.
can help for sure. Next question is from Javier. I am an E major and I hope to also minor in physics. How do I get started working on that career goal? Is there a specific counselor who I need to meet with?
Okay, go back to the question about a minor. For the minor, you have to contact the physics department and then talk to physics department about if you want to have a minor in the physics, what you have to do. Um, but for the EE, we don't know that you had a minor in physics or not. You have to complete the full program in the EE for your major. And then if you want to have the minor in the physics, and then that you can talk with the physics department. One thing that sometimes you need to let us know that you take the minor is suppose that for the minor in the physics, they require you take the number of physics course that you believe that it may be used also to replace the course required, the physics required, and the required physics course in EE. Then you can contact the department and say, okay, because of the physics minor, it requires me to take this course, that course for the minor. But those course, I think it may be equivalent in EE also. So in that case, we will be evaluate to see that if we can use the physics course that you take for the minor to substitute the course in the EE so that you can save maybe one or two courses and then that is, and then we can work on that with you. But most of the time, this will be like kind of the separate. Um, the major, you complete 120 unit, and the minor with the physics, you take the course there to get the minor and physics separately.
Okay, next question is from Umama. When does the enrollment process starts for courses?
In fact, it starts very soon. The registrar office will announce that if you are the transfer student, we will have the transfer advising day. It will come very soon during the summer, so that then you can enroll on that day. Um, like for the new coming student, we always try to help you to get a class. So we don't have any issue about the new student coming and don't have a class. So so you should not be worried about that. But we will have the day, the advising day for the new coming student, and then during that day, the advisor will work directly with each of you and then begin to enroll the class for you during that day.
Okay, we have about 5 minutes left with this session, so I'm going to take two more questions that I see from Bagyesh and Mabel. So from Bagyesh, can you explain the pathway to transition from EE to SE? What stats do I need? When can I change my major, and what subjects do I need to take to do so?
Okay, now if you want to change the major from the EE to the system engineering, it's very straightforward, very simple. You can just submit the application with the Engineering Student Success Center to change the major. You don't have to tell us that you change the major. You just need the approval from the system engineering. That's it. Um, but you need to make the decision early so that you don't waste the course. Because if you take some course in EE, then you change the major to system engineering, and then the course you take in EE may not be used there. So you have to make a decision and then just talk to the Engineering Success Center, submit the form, and then they will send that form to the system engineering department, and that department will do the approval, whatever is it, and then you will get in. It's very straightforward, very simple. And because the most of the time the EE requirement is higher than the SE, so I believe that if you are in EE, you want to transfer to SE, you will be admitted in SE.
Okay, last question is from Mabel. I am transferring to SGSU this coming fall, but this semester I am enrolled in Physics 4C and Engineering 50. I'm thinking it's engineering. ENG is engineering, or is it English? I'm not sure. So ENG 50, but due to sickness is going to be hard to pass the class. How will this affect me?
Okay, now if you enroll in the course at subject state, for this semester, the university allow the student to take instead of taking the letter grade, the student can take the credit or no credit. And our department, we had a meeting last week, and we treat the credit like meet the requirement. So we require higher than C minus for the physics to get to our EE program. But for this semester, our department agree that every student get a credit in physics or math. We will treat like it's past the department requirement, even that, the credit means C minus. But for this special semester, we accept credit like, the grade that passed in the department. So there is no problem with that.
Okay, and that's all the question we have for today. Chui, do you have anything else you would like to tell our fellow students?
Okay, so what I'm going to tell the student is EE, electrical engineering in Bay Area is a very broad, and very broad area. So if you plan to stay in the Bay Area to work for the Bay Area company, and EE is the measure that, I believe that you make the right choice. And once you get to the EE, like you can see that, you can take many options, um, many specialization for your future. Now, with the EE background, in fact, you can get into many other area easily, because it's very hard to find anywhere that do not have electrical. Okay, so with the electrical measure, you can switch to anything that you like. So that's the only message I give to you. And the second thing is, if you decide to get to EE and go through the program, and again, I repeat my message says from beginning, you try hard to learn, and we will try hard to help you, to provide you everything. And that is the thing that you should keep in mind. Anything that you had difficulty, please talk to me or talk to Miss Ori here, because we always open, to talk to you and help you with any issue that you have. If you don't talk, then we don't know. Okay, so don't be afraid or don't be anything. Just come and tell us what you think, and then we will explain to you, or we will do something to help you with. We always open to listen to you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Twee. A
Thank you,
little
Ari.
Before closing, a little Easter egg hunt for you guys. As incoming students or potential students in our department, this is one of the little robots that we are currently using in one of our lab. So if you're interested and you're enrolled in the near future, you probably will get your hands on one of these, and it's really fun. It's a lot of fun.
Okay.
Okay, so I am going
Thank you
to.
very much.
You are very welcome, and thank you all for attending this session, especially in this unprecedented time that we're all stuck at home. So that's all the time that we have for this session. Thank you for your excellent questions. There were a lot of them. If you have any other questions, please email them to electrical.engineering@sgsu.edu. There you can reach us directly, and Professor Lay, he can answer a lot of your questions. And at this time, I would like to invite you to exit this meeting and visit other sessions that may be of interest to you. It is not unusual to start in one engineering department and then end up in another, like a lot of you have been asking. So thank you for your time today. Congratulations on being accepted as a Spartan, and we look forward to seeing you in the fall.
Thank you.
Okay, that's it. Bye, Tui.
Okay, bye, Ori. Have a nice day.
You too.